One of my favourite Narnia books is this, The Horse and His Boy by C.S. Lewis. And it's set mostly in a land called Calormen, not Narnia. Narnia has the Christian religion with Aslan as the Christ, but Calormen has a different religion invented by C.S. Lewis. I'm going to talk now about one of the goddesses in that religion, Zardeenah, Lady of the Night. So in this book, a girl called Aravis is about to get married, and she says to her father, "O my father, and O the delight of my eyes, give me your license and permission to go with one of my maidens alone for 3 days into the woods to do secret sacrifices to Zardeenah, Lady of the Night and of maidens, as is proper and customary for damsels when they must bid farewell to the service of Zardeenah and prepare themselves for marriage." That's pretty much all we hear about Zardeenah, but I find it very intriguing. Who does she remind me of? The goddess Ishtar in Assyrian and Babylonian religion, ancient religion. She was called Queen of the Night, but she's a bit different because she's the goddess of love and fertility. I think C.S. Lewis borrowed the title, but I think she really reminds me of Artemis in Greek mythology or Diana, the Roman equivalent, because she was the goddess of virgins, the moon, the woods, wilderness, hunting, that sort of thing. And Zardeenah is all of those things. The sacrifices given to her are out in the woods, not in a temple. She's Lady of the Night, like Artemis is, goddess of the moon. She's the goddess of virgins, like Artemis. And she's served by young girls, by young maidens, as was the case with Artemis. So many Athenian girls, for example, were sent to the sanctuary of Artemis at Broran to serve the goddess Artemis for a year. So that's who she reminds me of. Frankly, the girl in the book, Aravis as well, she really reminds me of Artemis, and I think that is intentional as well. She really likes hunting and everything, and I think that ties in with the twin imagery that runs throughout the book, The Horse and His Boy. Anyway, Zardeenah. Why does C.S. Lewis have this religion that he made up? I think the key aim is to serve as a contrast to the religion of Narnia. So let's compare the worship of Zardeenah with the worship of Aslan, the worship of the Lord. Well, there's massive differences. So, for example, Aravis doesn't seem to expect any help from Zardeenah in this life. At one point, she's going to kill herself, and she prays to all the gods that in the next life she may be with her brother. So, that would include prayer to Zardeenah. That's for help in the next life. We don't see her praying to Zardeenah to help her in this life at all. Well, that's the thing with these ancient gods and goddesses like Artemis. What do they do for people? They don't seem to do anything for anyone. You can't rely on them. You can't guarantee them, and you look at what they're like. Artemis, she was a psycho. She liked killing people. She got very jealous of people. She liked all that. She also liked being served, like those girls, poor girls being sent off to worship her for a year. And Artemis is having to go and do these sacrifices to her. But what does she get? What does she receive love from Zardeenah as a result? No. She talks about bidding farewell to the service of Zardeenah. So her life has been one of service to Zardeenah. She's there to serve Zardeenah, which fits in with the Calormen society, which is all about serving those higher up in the hierarchy than you are. Whereas the religion in the Bible, the Lord in the Bible, Jesus says, I came not to be served, but to serve. We see throughout the scriptures the Lord there helping people, raising them up. We don't see any of that from Zardeenah. These are secret sacrifices. They're out in the woods, away from people. There's this concept that girls before they're wed are part of this secret clique, mysterious lady of the night thing clique with Zardeenah before they enter into mainstream society with marriage. Well, we don't have that in the Bible. In the Bible, everybody is called to come together in love. You don't have certain people separate or looked down upon in society. Jesus says, suffer the children to come unto me. Now, the ancient world, children were not valued highly. Young girls certainly not valued highly, not as young boys, but in the scriptures, all people, widow, children, orphans, they're all proclaimed to be people who should be totally loved and brought in to wider society. So there you go, Zardeenah, Lady of the Night. Not a lady to mess with, but an interesting one nevertheless. It's an interesting image in these classical religions, this idea of the secret worship and everything. And in John's Gospel, Jesus says the Holy Spirit will reveal all things to you. The Lord in the Bible is all about revealing the hidden mysteries, not maintaining secret hidden mysteries, but making all things known. So we can learn a lot from Calormen religion, and I'll do another video on that soon.